In this video we're going to add in the event controller so that the players can move the paddles up and down to try and hit the ball. Okay, so let's make these bats move. Because we don't want anything to happen too fast, we have to set up the frame rate like we did in a previous one. So frames per second, I'm going to make it the standard 30, you can make whatever you like. And I'm going to call my frames per second clock. Again, that's just a name that I'm giving it, and that's going to be a Pygame time dot clock. And now I've set up my clock, I can actually set it to tick at the desired rate. So we're going to go for FPS dot tick. And obviously I want to set it at the 30 frames per second. Obviously I didn't have to set at the top, I could have just made it 30 before. So the next thing I want to do is set the velocity of the two bats, the speed at which I can move them. So I'm going to go for left bat velocity. So I'm going to make initially, it's not going to be moving, 0. And then I'm going to go for my right bat velocity, equally it's going to be 0. Obviously everything's going to be doubled up here the way this works. The next thing we're going to have to do is go to our event loop and look for key down and key up events which refer to what's happening. So we've checked to see if there's a quit. So now we're going to say if event dot type is a key down event. So is it a key down event? If it is a key down event, I now want to check for the keys, and we're going to check for 4 keys. I'm going to check for the A key, the Z key for the left paddle, and the K key and the M key for the right paddle. So we're going to say if event dot key compares to K underscore A, then that means I want it to go up. Now remember, up is negative, so we're going to make left bat velocity equal -5. Okay, what if it isn't that? Well, what if, so else if, it's, so same thing again, equals to K underscore Z. Well, if it's that one, I want the left bat velocity to equal +5 because that will take it down. But wait a minute, maybe what happened is it was the other bat that was being moved. So if event dot key compares to K underscore L, not L, I say K, didn't I? K, then I want to make it the right bat velocity equal to -5. But it could also have been going down, so if that equals K underscore M, then I want to make the right bat velocity equal to +5. Okay, so I've checked for moving up and down, but what actually if I take my finger off those keys? So now we want to do if the event dot type is a key up event. So there's 2 different situations. It's either the left, the player playing on the left puts their hand up, or the one on the right does, or lifts the key up. So I'm going to say if event dot key compares to A, or if event dot key compares to Z. So if it applies to 3 of those, I actually then want to make the left bat velocity equal to 0. I want it to stop working. And I'm actually going to do exactly the same thing now, but what if it wasn't those ones, but what if it was the other ones? Event dot key compares to K underscore K, or event dot key compares to k underscore m. Well, then I want to make it the right bat's velocity. I want to be equal to 0. So now I've checked for those things. I can change the velocity. The next thing I actually want to do is to move each of the bats. So let's do the left bat, and again I'm going to get the same sort of thing twice. So I want to say if left bat position is greater than or equal to 0 and left bat velocity is less than 0, then I'm going to let it move. So I'm going to say left bat pos equals plus equals left bat velocity. So what we're doing here, let's make this clear. We're saying if it's greater than 0, so that means it's in somewhere down here, not up here, but it's actually moving in this direction. That's okay because it was greater than 0. The other situation we're quite happy to deal with is else if the left bat position is less than or equal to 400, remember the bat's 80 wide, and the left bat velocity is greater than 0, it can move then as well. So we're going to make left bat position plus equals left bat velocity. So that moves that bat. Now we're just going to do the same for the other one. So just going to type this all out. It's going to be exactly the same if right bat position is greater than or equal to 0 and right bat velocity is less than 0. I'm literally just copying this from above. Then I want to make right bat position plus equals right bat velocity. Else if right back position is less than or equal to 400 and right back velocity is greater than 0, then I want to make right back position plus equals right back velocity. And that should be us done. If I now run the program, we've got our bats, and I can press the keys to move them up and down to do all the various things that we want. I hope that you found this video helpful. There's a link to the code in the description below. Stay in infield with Winfield.